Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan breaking down the hottest news straight from Vikings News HQ. And oh man, buckle up because Week 3 against the Bengals is about to be a bloodbath of backups and bounce-backs. Imagine this. Two powerhouse teams, both limping into US Bank Stadium without their star QBs. But we've got a defensive beast roaring back to life that could flip the script. Who's ready to chant SKOL louder than ever? Stick with me, because this Vikings news update is going to have you fired up for Sunday's 1 p.m. Eastern Time showdown. Let's dive in and talk about how we're snatching that W to hit 2-1. Our young gun J.J. McCarthy, that rookie sensation who's been slinging it like a Viking god, twisted his ankle bad in Week 2 high ankle sprain. Folks, the kind that bites deep. Sources from ESPN are saying he's out at least 2 to 4 weeks, which means no McCarthy magic against Cincy this weekend, and possibly bleeding into Week 4 if it doesn't heal lightning fast. Remember how he lit up the Bears in Week 1 with those precise strikes to Justin Jefferson? Now, we're handing the keys to veteran Carson Wentz. The guy's got that cannon arm from his Eagle days, but can he steady the ship without JJ's fresh legs? It's gut-wrenching. Fans, tell me in the comments, does this fire you up to rally harder or make you nervous as hell? But here's the silver lining in this injury storm. Wentz steps in with a chip on his shoulder, and our offense has the weapons to make it click. Think about it, Jordan Addison's back from suspension, Jefferson's itching for 100-plus yards, and even without Aaron Jones pounding the rock, Ty Chandler could surprise us with some sneaky speed. We've seen Wentz go 4-1 as a starter last year with the Rams. If he channels that grit, we could exploit a Bengals secondary that's already leaky without Burrow's heroics. SKOL, brothers and sisters, what's your bold prediction for Wentz's stat line? Drop it below. I want to hear if you're calling 3 TDs or a pick-six nightmare. Across the field, the Bengals are in even deeper water. No Joe Burrow for the long haul, sidelined by a nasty turf toe that hit him late in their Week 2 thriller over Jacksonville. That's their franchise guy, the one who carves up defenses like a Thanksgiving turkey, out for months, forcing Jake Browning into the spotlight for his 8th career start. Since he's flying high at 2-0, but without Burrow's laser precision, their passing game's gonna stutter. Last time Browning started full games in 23, he averaged just 6.5 yards per attempt. What a twist, right? 2 backup QBs duking it out in Minneapolis. It's like the NFL's throwing us a wild card party. This levels the playing field big time for our boys in purple. Browning solid, don't get me wrong, he sealed that Jags win with poise, but he's no Burrow when it comes to extending plays or hitting Jamar Chase on fades. Bengals fans are panicking. Their D-line with Trey Hendrickson is fierce, but if our O-line holds, fingers crossed, Wentz could pick him apart. Stats don't lie. Cincy's allowed 24 points per game early, and without Burrow's clutch factor, they're vulnerable. Hey, Vikings faithful, you feeling that underdog energy? Poll time, who you got, Wentz or Browning? Smash those comments. Let's debate. Both squads are starving for this dub. Minnesota clawing to 2-1 after that tough Week 2 slip to Atlanta, while Cincy's chasing a perfect 3-0 start. Pressure's on, but that's when Vikings shine brightest. Remember our 09 playoff run with all the odds stacked? This feels like destiny. A gritty bounce back under the lights at home. The narrative's electric. Backups battling, injuries testing resolve, and a chance to prove we're built different. But wait, there's a massive reinforcement dropping that could seal our defensive dominance. Who's it gonna be? Hang tight. You won't believe the vet legend suiting up for the first time this year. Boom. Huge Vikings news alert from the Athletic's Diana Rossini. Star safety Harrison Smith is back. Baby. The guy's been sidelined the first 2 games nursing a personal health issue, but he's cleared and ready to unleash hell on those Bengals receivers. At 36, this Iron Man's our defensive heartbeat, the leader who's anchored our secondary through thick and thin. Think about it, without him we've been good, but with Smith, we're elite lockdown mode. Smith's no rookie flash. He's a Vikings lifer with 193 games under his belt, racking up a jaw-dropping 1,127 tackles, 37 picks, and 97 passes defended. Last season alone, he balled out in 16 starts. 87 tackles, 3 INTs, a sack, fumble recovery, you name it, he did it while forcing turnovers that flipped games. His instincts, Pure gold. He sniffs out plays like a hound on the hunt, and returning now against a hobbled Bengals passing attack? Is poetic justice. Fans, this is the spark we needed. Smith patrolling the back end means fewer big plays for Chase and Higgins, and more chaos for our pass rush to feast. Is this his swan song year? Rumors swirl he might hang him up after, making every snap feel epic. What impact do you see from Harrison? Pick 6 return? Tell me. Your takes could go viral in the comments. With McCarthy down, the QB carousel spins, but Wentz brings that old-school fire. Remember his 2020 playoff push with Philly? He's got the arm to air it out to our dynamic duo of Jefferson and Addison, who combined for 250 yards in Week 1. Sure, the transition's bumpy, but in a dome like US Bank, with the crowd roaring, Wentz thrives under pressure. Bengals without Burrow? Their offense drops 20% efficiency. Per early stats, our D can swarm. Layer in the run game tweaks. Without Jones, Chandler steps up with his elusive cuts, averaging 5.2 yards per carry in limited 24 action. We've got depth, folks. It's adversity forging legends. Imagine Wentz hitting JJ on a 50-yard bomb. Goosebumps yet? Who's your dark horse for breakout plays? Hit the replies. Let's build that hype train. Now, flip to Cincy, they're 2-0, yeah, but Burrow's absence exposes cracks. Browning's 2-2 as a starter, but against our aggressive Brian Flores scheme? He's facing 37 pressures already this year. Their O-line's shaky, allowing 3.5 sacks per game. If Jonathan Greenid, once he shakes that oblique, and our front four get home, it's turnover city. SKOL energy rising. What's the over-under on Bengals punts? You call it. This matchup screams redemption for Minnesota. Home soil, backup bravado, and a chance to humble a hot Bengals squad. Historical edge? Cincy's 8-7 all-time, but our last clash in 23 was a nail-biter they stole late. Not this time. With the crowd's thunder, we're tipping the scales. But hold up, our injury woes run deeper than just JJ. There's more pain points we gotta face head-on. Gut punch number 2. Aaron Jones, our explosive RB1 who's been a ground-and-pound machine since signing on, is sidelined at least 4 games with a hamstring tweak from the Falcons fiasco. That's our 1,000-yard rusher from last year, folks. 5.1 yards per tote. 5 TDs already in 25, now on IR, forcing Ty Chandler and backups to carry the load. Oof, that's a 25% drop in rushing efficiency without him, per analytics. Jones was our safety valve, spelling McCarthy and opening lanes for the pass. His absence means more third-and-longs, testing Wentz early. But silver lining? Chandler's got that Michigan speed, flashed 4.340 chops, and could surprise with 80 yards on 15 carries. We've got depth charts for days. Remember how we adapted post-Cook? This is our moment to grind. Vikings Nation. Does losing Jones crush your spirit or light a fire under the committee approach? I'm pumped for Chandler's debut. What's your game plan tweak? Comments open. Let's scheme like O'Connell. Compounding the chaos, center Ryan Kelly, our big free agent snag for that interior beef, is out this week with a concussion from Week 2's brutal hits. 4th known bell ringer in a decade for him, scary stuff, and he's the anchor snapping to QBs, calling protections like a field general. Without Kelly, rookie Michael Juergens slides in for his first meaningful snaps. Nerves? Hell yeah. But the kid's got poise from Penn State. Kelly's been rock solid early, 0 sacks allowed in pass pro, but concussions don't play favorites. Protocol strict for good reason. Juergens steps up with quick feet and smarts, could stabilize if he nails the cadence. Our O-line's already battled Darisaw's knee woes. Resilience mode activated. How we feeling about the trenches, fam? Juergens for MVP snaps or growing pains? Your hot takes here. Share 'em, and tag a fellow fan who's sweating this. Defensively, beyond Smith's triumphant return, we're monitoring the edges. Andrew Van Ginkel's in protocol after a head knock, and Jeff Okuda's sidelined too. Our secondary's thin, but Harrison's vet eyes glue it together. Flores blitz packages thrive on chaos. Expect disguised coverages to bait Browning into mistakes. Last year, we forced 28 turnovers. Hunger's still there. Gaps hurt? Sure. But Ivan Pace Jr., our undrafted LB gem, is balling with 15 tackles already. He's the heartbeat now. Bengals run game with Mixon will stuff M at the line, holding foes to 3.8 yards per rush early. Depth wins wars? Who's your unsung hero on D? Spill in the replies. Offensively, piecing it without JJ and Jones. Wentz to Jefferson is money. Target monster led the league with 1,400 yards last season. Addison's post-suspension fire? Expect slants galore. Play-action bootlegs could exploit Cincy's LBs. If Wentz stays clean, 300 pass yards incoming. Tight end TJ Hawkinson's lurking too. Post-ACL bounce back with 50 catches projected. No-look passes will routes our playbook stacked. But execution's king. One false start, and it's 3-and-out city. Fans, rank your top weapon, JJ, TJ, or Addison. Vote below. Bengals side. Browning's got weapons in Chase, already 200 yards, and Higgins. But our CBs like Byron Murphy Jr. can jam him at the line. Held foes to 55% completion early. Without Burrow's escapability, sacks pile up. Hendrickson's a beast, but our tackles like O'Neal have his number from tape. Cincy's 2-0 vibe? Overhyped. Wins over Pats and Jags were sloppy. 24 turnovers forced against. We're hungrier at 1-1, home dogs by 3 points per BetMGM. Momentum's ours. What's the score prediction? 27-20 Vikings? Let's hear it. As kickoff nears, the intangibles scream Vikings. Dome energy? Smith's leadership. Wentz's redemption arc. We've weathered storms before. 18 NFC North crown with Cousins banged up. This crew's tougher. Flores D ranks top 5 in points allowed. Bengals limp in, we roar out. Tease the drama. Will Harrison snag a pick on his first drive back? Wentz scramble for a score? This primetime theater without the lights. Your pregame ritual. Purple face paint or beer snake? Tell me. Unite the tribe. Wrapping this Vikings news whirlwind, we've got the grit, the returns, the fire to topple Cincy and surge to 2-1. Harrison Smith's back like a boss. Wentz slings, D swarms. SKOL to the dome. If you're hyped, smash that like button. Drop your boldest prediction in comments. Wentz TDs? Smith INTs. Subscribe for daily Viking scoops and share with your pack. Let's flood the feeds. Who's with me? Purple forever. Talk soon.